Winter is such a great time for comfort food with the family. Comfort foods don't have to be full of fat and starch to be delicious and satisfying. I'm Ginny Robinson, and today we'll be in the Pace Kitchen again as part of our culinary series with our friend, author, and opera singing chef, Elizabeth Podsiadlo, who is going to show us how to create delicious food. Have you back?
Thank you, Jenny. It's great to be back. Thanks for having me.
You're looking stunning this
Why,
afternoon.
thank you. I'm off to the opera afterwards. No, I'm not.
That's
Just kidding.
what it looks like, but how could you be cooking in this?
You know, this dish is just that easy. I promise you, it is mess-free. Well, at least here it's going to be mess-free. Good luck at home.
Well, I'm anxious to see because we don't have very many ingredients.
No.
And it's going to be really fun because it already smells like wonderful herbs and
Yeah, you
delicious.
picked up on that. And I will tell you what it is, too, is the ingredients are few, but they are mighty. We've got a lot of nutrition going on here, and I'll be talking about that. But that's what we're going to get more nutritional bang for our dollar, and that's what we're focusing
That's
on.
what I'm looking for. Excellent. Well,
All right.
I will come back and see you when you're finished.
All
Let me
right.
know.
Too bad you didn't bring your evening gown. Darn. Hello, everybody. I'm so happy to be here with you and share this recipe. This is a recipe I got from my sister years ago, and what I love about it is the fact that it doesn't cost a lot of money, but you get a lot of nutrition from it, which is, I've just repeated what I said to Jenny. What's amazing is we're using today, we're going to make a lentil soup. And we're going to use a chicken or a beef broth base, but you could also use vegetable broth base and make it totally vegetarian. You know, in the new year, everybody wants to go on that diet, and they start on these very strict regimens, but I'd like you to maybe take a different approach, and the approach I'd like you to take is that of trying to get more for your nutritional money. And what that means is when you're shopping in the store, you want to try to find the things that are less processed, things that are whole, and that will give you more nutrition. You can spend $2 or $3 on a box of processed rice that has already had all its nutrition stripped, or you could take a whole rice for 60 cents a bag or 90 cents a bag and get a lot of nutrition. And it's just knowing these kind of things that is so important. So in the short time I have today, I can only offer you little tidbits of this and that, but I promise you this is one recipe that you'll want to keep in your recipe collection and serve to many of your friends. But before I start, I'd like to sing a little song for you. It's called Le Violette, and it's a song about a violet. And the violet laughs at us for our desire to always want to be something more than what we are. We want to be this, we want to be that, instead of settling into who we are. And it just says, just be like me. I'm the violet, just beautiful, and I don't do anything. So that's the song I'm going to sing for you today, Le Violette. was just beautiful. You know, a lot of times we run through the show and it's my mistake to forget to introduce someone who's so important to me. And today I'd like to take that moment and introduce my friend John Danke on the keyboard. There's none who surpasses him in his ability to help me as a singer or any singer stay on task, stay with the piece, and have the energy it needs and the understanding of the music it needs to really make it a song. It's not just me making this work, it's my accompanist John Danke, great pianist. Anyway, thank you, John. Been with him for 8 years together, yes, and we still speak. It's awesome. Okay, so this dish today, we're going to start by cutting up an onion, okay? Now, when you're cutting up an onion, there's a couple of ways to keep it from actually keep getting you to cry. Now, there's a trick. Now, what we would do in a perfect world is we would wet the onion and we would wet our board, but I have none of that right now. So I'm just going to cry along with you. It's so beautiful. Okay, so we're cutting this onion up. It's just gorgeous, and I'm just going to pull it all back here. This recipe actually calls for 2. And while I'm cutting, I'm going to talk to you about nutrition. Yes, indeed, it's the nutrition show. And when I talk to you about that, there's interesting things that some of you may know and some of you might not. But things like onions with all their cells, they say onions have all these little cells in them. They say that's very good for your blood. Onion actually is excellent for your blood. A friend of mine once told me if you rub an onion on the bottom of your foot, you can taste it in your mouth. I'm not going to try because what if you step in? Well, never mind. So I'm going to go ahead and cut up my onion. Now, with respect to how fine you cut your onion, this is entirely up to you. If you want to dice it very small, you can, but I will tell you, this soup cooks for a while, and these onions do tend to disappear. So we'll go ahead and, this recipe calls for 2 onions. I picked a really, really big onion, so I think I'll do 1 1/2. It's what I think I'm going to do. So we're just cutting away here. Everybody has a different way. If you don't want to cut it this small, like I said, you do it any way you like. Whatever it takes to actually have you in the kitchen preparing this dish. Okay, I'm going to save all this for my compost. We're going to turn on our state-of-the-art stove here. Okay. Now, Jenny was saying, you know, comfort foods don't have to have a lot of starches and a lot of fats. We do put a little oil in this, but not a lot, and it's olive oil. So we'll start with a little olive oil. And by the way, as you're watching me cook today, you never need to worry about what the ingredients are because you can always go to atasteofpaste.net and get those ingredients. We have lots of information on the website. We have the shows listed. We have lots of pictures of the recipes, all of the recipes from all of our shows. All right, so we're going to add our onion here. You know, I have found that when people love to watch people cook, just like I like to watch people build things. I don't know if you're like that, but I love that. So when you cut up an onion, I'll go slow so you can enjoy each moment and live through me vicariously. Just kidding. All right, so we've got our beautiful onion for the nutrition for our blood, which is excellent. And we'll cut up only half of this one because these are huge. I'm going to cut the bottom too. Another way to keep your onions from getting real strong is keep them in the refrigerator. That'll keep them cold, and they're not as strong when they're in the refrigerator. Okay, so I'll give these a quick chop. Everybody has their own way. I should really be using this. Oh, it's gorgeous, I tell you. Okay, we'll go ahead and take this onion and put it in there. I will tell you, onion is the basis for the best soups. I make one soup that has 4 onions in it. It's awesome. That's my kale soup, John. That's his favorite. If I know one thing, and that's I can get John to do most anything for kale soup. It's his favorite. Okay. Now, remember I told you that onions have the cells, and it tells me they're good for your blood? Well, carrots are funny because if you were to cut one up like this, it kind of looks like an eye. It kind of looks like an eye, and that's why the carrot's actually good for your eyes. Isn't that funny, how things are like that? So we're going to go ahead and peel this. Peeling your carrot is totally optional. And you want to make sure as you're browning your onion that it isn't up so high that you're burning your onion. This particular soup doesn't necessarily need to have a brown onion for flavor. It's got lots of flavor. So far we got all good stuff. We've got olive oil, we've got carrots, we've got onions. What's not healthy about this? Not a darn thing. Now for the work. John, I need some music to grate by, some grating music. Could you do something a little more musical? Geesh. Now something sweet. No, make it enjoyable, no pain. No, we don't want to put them to sleep, John. Something classical, something Beethoven. Oh, how about the bumblebee, the bee? He's over there going, never mind. We can't tell you what he's doing back there. Okay, so here we go. We're going to grate. And you know, the thing about grating is, if you talk to somebody while you're doing it, or think happy thoughts, or watch something, it doesn't bother you so much. Just know when you're going in that it's going to take you a minute to grate. Now, do you have to grate your carrots? Do you really? Is it your kitchen? Is the grating police outside your door and telling you you have to do it this way? No. Just because Chef Elizabeth does it this way, but I got to tell you, it's pretty this way. But many an afternoon when I've been in a hurry, cooking something for my family and I've been busy, I will just go ahead and cut the carrot like so. Hi-ya! Okay, now what's going to happen here? These are going to cook quicker than these. But we're not in a hurry. We've got time, right? But if you're in a hurry, grate your carrot. It'll go faster, okay? So we'll go ahead and put this in here now. Yes, both ways. The perfectionists out there, this is where you want to turn away and not watch, because we've got both sliced carrots and grated carrots. Just gorgeous like you wouldn't believe. Okay, so what have we got in here? We've got our olive oil, our onions, our carrots. You know what? I hate to tell you this, but we're almost done. Yeah, we're almost done with this recipe. So what we're going to do now is we're going to add our herbs. Now, Ginny was over here earlier. She says, I smell basil, but I don't know what that other herb is. And I'm thinking, she must be part werewolf because she was standing this far away. And she smelled one of my favorite herbs. It's marjoram. Not to be confused with the plastic oil that you put on butter, as a butter. This is marjoram, the herb. And it's kind of like a cross between oregano and, I don't know, it's a family from the oregano, but it's softer. And it's a Valley French, you know, Valley French. So we're going to add a little bit of marjoram. And again, don't worry about the measurements because I never stick to them. No, I'm just kidding. You can get those recipes online at A Taste of Pace. There's a little thyme. We put some thyme in there. Okay. So we're going to stir this a little bit. It's beautiful. Now, I'll tell you what I'm going to do, okay? I'm going to add my tomato broth. I'm going to add my beef broth. I'm going to use beef, but I've used chicken and I've used vegetable, and honestly, I think I like the vegetable the best. Okay, so, and then finally we're going to add our lentils, but we'll talk about that as we go along. I'm going to turn my heat up. Now we're going to add this is going to be our lycopene, our tomatoes. So we got all kinds of good stuff happening here. We're going to stir this up. I've turned the heat up because I want to bring this to a boil. And then we're going to add our broth. You want to get a low sodium and try to find a broth with no MSG, and they have them. The ones that say low sodium will actually say no MSG. If it doesn't say that, MSG has like 20 different aliases, from everything from yeast extract to hydrogenized vegetable protein. You know, it's even hidden under the term spices. So always find out for sure. If it says no MSG, it doesn't have it. So we're going to go ahead. Now, MSG is actually a natural flavor enhancer, but the problem is it's considered an excitotoxin. It tricks your tongue into thinking it's really full flavored. The problem with that is if you eat enough MSG, and some people have an allergy to it, but if you eat enough of it, you'll find your tongue gets numb and you can't taste your food after about 5 minutes. So we do not need the MSG for this soup to be delicious because we've got all these great ingredients. So we put the tomatoes in there, then we put the beef broth in there, and I'll tell you, I think I've got just about everything added except for the lentils, okay? Now the lentil is an amazing little thing, and if I were you, I would just cook a big pot of lentils and have them in your fridge to draw from, because you can add them to, you can make a salad out of lentils with a little bit of parsley and chopped tomato, maybe a little bit of olive oil and vinegar, and fantastic. You could add your lentils to rice and it would be a complete meal. You'd have your balance of vitamin B with the rice, and then you'd have your protein with the lentils, because see, the lentil, the mighty lentil, almost has as much protein as tuna. And I'll bet you didn't know that. Now the one thing lentils do have that could be a little problematic to you and your dentistry is from time to time at the bottom of the bag of the lentils you might find a stone. So you have to be careful. So what you do is you will take and put them in a bowl and rinse out the lentils, okay? And it's tricky, you know, to have the rocks or to not have the rocks. I think like a bag of nuts, and I'm making a comparison here, there's no nuts in this dish, but sometimes if you shake a bag of nuts, the shells go to the bottom, and so you don't empty out the bottom. Well, with the lentils, if you have a bag of lentils, if you shake it, I can only say I hope that the rocks would settle at the bottom, because sometimes there might be a little one in there. I'm not saying it's full of rocks. Anyway, so you hold the end of the bag, and then you would pour the rest in the bowl and wash them. And we've done that here, and these have been washed and dried, each one individually. It took me about 5 days. Just kidding. All right, so we're going to go ahead and put these lentils in here. And this is a cup of lentils. That's what that is. If you add too many, it really becomes more of a porridge, which can be a good thing or not. It just depends. All right, so this is a meal fit for a king, and what we want to have happen here is we've got to bring this to a boil, and you will cook it for, you know, I would say 15 to 20 minutes so that the lentils are soft. Now, I will tell you, this is an excellent dish to make and freeze. And I have had taste testings. When I first became a personal chef, I had taste testings. And I invited all my friends from corporate, and I sat them down to a bowl of the soup that had been frozen and a soup that was fresh. And they actually liked the one that had been frozen better. So some dishes are actually better frozen. Now, how can you serve this? Now, let me show you. We'll bring in Jenny in a minute, but I want to sing a quick song for you. And before I do, you could serve this with like a piece of toast would be nice. You could put a little Parmesan on the top, but honestly, it's gilding the lily. It's got a lot of flavor. But if you're going to use a cheese, use Parm, because it's the least in fat that there is. The least in fat that there is, the lowest in fat that there is. Can I say that any other way and be clear? John, I say we sing one more song. A little Vadora Pupele from the opera Julius Caesar, and we'll just do a little because it's a little long, but it's so pretty. Just a little song for you there. I hope you enjoyed it. And now we'll get Jenny in here to see if she would like to try a little bit of our delicious lentil soup.
That was beautiful.
Aw,
Elizabeth.
thank you,
You have
Jenny.
such a beautiful voice.
Thank you. And we always have fun here at the Pace Kitchens, don't we?
We do. And
Now,
it's
this
so nice.
this bowl has been a little cooled, okay? So,
Okay.
but actually that's good, so you won't burn your mouth on camera, which is always awkward.
Yes.
So give
I'll
it a
pretend
try.
that it's hot.
And your best oohs and ahs
Yeah.
for this. Let them know what
So
you
would
think.
sometimes put a little bread with
A
it
little
on
bread
the
with
side.
a little, if you like, a little rye bread.
Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness. The herbs come out just beautiful.
And you have such a sense of herbs.
Mm.
Now the thing with some people is you want a tooth, which means a good chew, you know, and it's got
Definitely al dente. They're
yeah.
beautiful.
Well, and I'm glad you brought that up. These are a little al dente, and I will tell you, if you're going to freeze this dish, you want to make sure and just don't overcook the lentils because they'll turn to mush in the freezer. Cook them till they are just al dente, and then when you pull them out of the freezer and you heat it up, it'll be perfect. So anyway, so I think this is something you can do at home. Do you think
well,
so?
you know what I was counting?
I hope
up
so.
as you were doing each ingredient, I was thinking, that only costs 50 cents. That only costs $1.
Yes.
This whole thing probably is less than $5.
Yeah, it's a very inexpensive dish, and you know you've got good 4 hearty servings here. So there are lots of
Exactly.
foods out there that you can get, and the nutrition is huge. And so stay away from those processed foods. Try to shop on the outer perimeters of the store for the fresher things. And don't be afraid to spend a little time in your kitchen. Just make a point and decide you're going to. And if you live by yourself, invite a friend over, have them help you cook, and then split the difference. You've got the dishes together. It's just a healthy thing to do. So
Sounds
anyway.
good. And you could add mint to this. You could add all kinds of
You could add a
interesting things.
leftover, if you had some pork roast left over, you could put a little of that in there. If you
Ham.
had some sausage, you could anything
great,
that you would
be
like.
great.
That's an excellent idea.
Yeah.
Now, you know I've got some great simple pleasures coming up. So
I can't wait because this
Yes.
has become a standard of Elizabeth's shows, and I'm dying to see what she's going to do for us today.
yeah, me
So
too. It
let's
adds a
find out.
little something different, huh,
Yes,
Jenny?
it's always a mystery.
All right, well, come on back and join us for Simple Pleasures.
Okay.
Let me try a little bit of this. Welcome back to Cooking with the Opera Singing Chef here in the Pace Kitchens. This is the simple pleasure portion of our program, and one of my favorites because it's a departure from what I usually do and offers a little something more, hopefully, to brighten your day or brighten your life or make you happy. What we're going to do is we're going to learn a song. Yes, you're going to learn a song. My friend here, Jenny, is going to learn a song with me. And we're
I
going
get to be the guinea
You get
pig.
to be the guinea pig. And I will tell you, in the new year, we try to exercise and we try to eat right. And we're exercising and eating right. But the one thing we got to think about exercising is the brain.
Yeah.
And a great and easy way to do that is not brain push-ups, but something fun, a simple pleasure. And we're going to memorize a song. A lot of you may know this song, and it's got a great message, and that's important too, is having a song with a good message. So this one is called Pack Up Your Troubles. And it goes, pack up your troubles in your old kit bag and smile, smile, smile. Pack up your troubles in your old kit bag and smile, boys, that's the style. What's the use of worrying? It never was worthwhile. So pack up your troubles in your old kit bag and smile, smile, smile. Okay, so we're going to do it one line at a
Seems
time.
easy.
Yeah, and you're going to be my little helper here.
Okay.
So I'll sing it, and then you sing it with me, and we'll sing it together, okay? Pack up your troubles in your old kit bag and smile, smile, smile. So say just that much with me, okay? Pack up your troubles in your old kit bag and smile, smile, smile. Now the second one is pack up your troubles in your old kit bag and smile, boys, that's the style. So it goes, pack up your troubles in your old kit bag, smile, boys, that's the style. I'll sing it, then you sing it.
All right.
Pack up your troubles in your old kit bag and smile, boys, that's the style. So, pack up your troubles in your old kit bag and smile, boys, that's the style. Now let's start from the beginning. Pack up your troubles in your old kit bag and smile, smile, smile. Pack up your troubles in your old kit bag and smile, boys, that's the style. Okay, now, what's the use of worrying? It never was worthwhile. So it goes, listen first. What's the use of worrying? It never was worthwhile. So join me on that. What's the use of worrying? It never was worthwhile. Okay, so now we're going to go back to the beginning and sing it through. And the good thing is the rest of the song is just like the beginning, so you'll catch with us. So from the beginning, 1, 2, here we go. Pack up your troubles in your old kit bag and smile, smile, smile. Pack up your troubles in your old kit bag and smile, boys, that's the style. What's the use of worrying? It never was worthwhile. Good job. Pack up your troubles in your old kit bag and smile, smile, smile. Now, in all honesty, Jenny hasn't heard this or worked with me at all. And she did really well. She's sticking to me like glue.
My debut.
So let's do it one more time, because that's the only way you're going to remember it. Ready? Here, one more time. Remember, at the end it goes, pack up your troubles in your old kit bag and smile, smile, smile.
All right.
You did very well. I mean, honestly, I only gave you the one time through. Okay, so here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. Pack up your troubles in your old kit bag and smile, smile, smile. Pack up your troubles in your old kit bag and smile, boys, that's the style. What's the use of worrying? It never was worthwhile. So pack up your troubles in your old kit bag and smile, smile, smile. Me first. Pack up your troubles in your old kit bag and smile, smile, smile.
Pack up your troubles in your old kit bag. Smile, boys, that's the style.
Together. What's the use of worrying? It never was worthwhile. So pack up your troubles in your old kit bag and smile, smile, smile. Good job. Now I hope that you will take the time to try to remember this song. And if you are in computer savvy, you can always get the lyrics off the computer. But memorize the song and sing along with it. And if you have to make movements, do it. But it's just sharpening your brain. And I challenge you, learn a song a week. What have you got to lose? Just one little verse will be a great way to go.
Teach your kids a song.
Teach your kids a song. That's right. Something
always a
from
good
your
thing.
past or a kid's song.
Right.
So this is really excellent. So let's sing it. Let's just keep
This
singing
is an
it.
old
And
song
it's
from-
from World War I.
Wow.
Yeah, so what we're going to do is
Interesting.
we're just going to keep singing it until you get it. And you're going to write me nasty notes at Taste of Pace, nasty notes at tasteofpace.net, because this song's going to be in your head all week.
That's right.
But we're going to go ahead and take that chance, because I can't think of a more positive message. So here we go.
Right, no, wait, they can get your recipe and this
Recipes
on your
and
website.
pictures on the
Taste of
website.
Taste.
Okay, here we go. Pack up your troubles in your old kit bag and smile, smile, smile. Pack up your troubles in your old kit bag.